Hey everybody, you are listening to the voice of Ingrid Wood, musician and host of the Bouncer Music Podcast. This is technically the first official video associated with the podcast, so welcome. And this video right here is really it's in combination with episode 6 of the podcast. So I'll be sure to link episode 6 up in the description. But in that particular episode, I talk about my Tare of the Week, being apparel company Soapbox Tees, owned and run by Cincinnati Native Sun Smith. And so I reached out to her and I said, hey, I'm mentioning you as my Tare of the Week in my podcast. I wanted to know if it's cool with you. Can I come by and can I just shoot some video and take a peek into your creative space and talk to you for a second? And she was like, sure, come on by. So that's what we did, and here we go.
This space right here, I've just really moved to this apartment. I'm thankful to have a separate room where I can be able to create and just have my space just to work. It's a little bit messy now, but I'm still getting the space together. But basically, Soapbox Tees, I've been around for about 5 years. Socially conscious t-shirt company. I pretty much started off by watching YouTube clips, so over and over and over and just really trying to perfect the master the art of what I do. So I started off on a 1-color press, so I'm now working on a 4-color press right here, and it's set up as a 2-color. So 2-color. So this shirt right here is a 2-color. So I will put the Obama face down first, and then I'll put the crown on top of it. So that's what makes it a 2-color. So I do have my own line of t-shirts, socially conscious t-shirts, and I do custom work for people in the community. So there's a lot of people that I've still have relationships with for the past 4 or 5 years, and I still work with them in the community. So I like to help those people out because some people be charging a lot of money and they trust to keep coming to me, and they like that working relationship with someone they're familiar with. Right. So but basically, this is a simple process. May not seem simple to other people, but these are all my screens over here and stuff like this. This is all work. That's my designs that I keep in the screen, and this is all custom orders, which I just need to clean those screens off and make room for new designs on it. But I want to show you a little preview of pretty much quickly and how you can make a t-shirt. This is adhesive. So you just spray this on the palette, which will make the t-shirt stick. So I have a lot of shirts down here which I like to recycle and reuse to use as testers. So I like to recycle stuff, and because I believe in recycling. So and it's good to use a tester because when you're making someone's t-shirt, you want to make sure it turns out right. Yeah. And so you want to use a tester just on a regular, throw around t-shirt just to make sure your settings are correct. Mm-hmm. And one thing about this process is very messy. So you have to be OCD, constantly keeping your hands clean. And I'm an OCD person, so I like to wash my hands about 10, 15 times a day. So that's why I be ashy. So, so this is not much ink left, but hopefully I get to cover the whole face. I do like to use Chipotle knives and cutlery sometimes. They're the best. Keep costs low. So this is a squeegee, which I'm going to use to pretty much push the ink through the screen and push it on a t-shirt. You put a lot of good, you have to put pressure down in order to make sure that the image goes through the little holes on a t-shirt. Bam. There goes Obama. Yeah. So on here is brown, but I'm testing out with different colors to do a different version of the Obama shirt. So this is a heater, a flash dryer, which I'm going to put over for about 40 seconds and it's dry. So right now it's wet, as you can see the ink right there. But in about 40 seconds, it's going to be dry. And this type of ink, plastisol ink, it's good. It's one of the best for silk screening because it can take a lot of washings on a t-shirt. Like watercolor, which is this ink right here, is pretty different This, you don't need a heat source to dry, but it can wash out in a lot of washings on your t-shirt. So I like to use Plastisol, but it's wet right now, but the only way it can dry is with the heat source. Versus watercolor, you can let the shirt sit for about 30 minutes to an hour and it's dry. I don't have time for that. So when you're doing a shirt order of 100 t-shirts, you don't want to use watercolor. So now it's done. It's nothing, so it's ready to go. So Obama. I do a lot of socially conscious pieces, and the Obama shirt was very important to me because more so is the significance of things that Obama has done, but also the significance of what's going to happen when he's gone.
Right.
And that's a scary thought. This shirt right here, Protect and Serve. I work in Photoshop and Illustrator a lot, so I know how to put the image together. I'll just get pieces of photos and put it together. I know what I want it in my head, and so I pretty much create every single design. Created my logo, my new logo, and everything. The reason for the new logo is to represent where I am now. You know, so more socially conscious with the t-shirts. You know, so the pig design, Protect and Serve, pretty much is like a true story. I went to Canada, coming back from Canada. I was on the U.S. side and got a little roughed up by the cops a little bit. Not physically, but it was close to that point. I don't know. I was walking too slow in the line, but I had that encounter with the police, and I'm like, well, it doesn't make any sense to do a complaint. I'm going to just use my art as a weapon. And so I use my art as a weapon and create pieces like this and actually, try to stimulate some conversation around the topic and things like that. So
people can find you at mysoapboxtees.
mysoapboxtees.com. 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 I'm on Twitter as Soapbox Tees, Facebook Soapbox Tees, and Instagram Soapbox Tees. But on my website, it's definitely an online store, so you could definitely order from there. Or if you're local, you can hit me up, 513-620-6764. And people always come through to get gear. And I will have a pop-up shop soon, sometime mid-July. And so stay tuned for that. I want to take you to the living room a little bit to show you some artwork by some friends of mine.
Say that light bill.
Huh?
Just save that light bill.
I'm still paying off my Duke bill from winter.
Damn.
That's why we got this cellophane on. You just sit still and just feel the breeze. Ain't no time for no AC. So, this piece right here is by a good friend, Ryan Nicole Leary. She started this piece at the Mix. She used to do live pieces at the Mix when Natural Progression was performing there. So she works very fast. So this piece got done really fast. Wow. So I think it's chalk and some other type of materials that she's used. So I don't touch it that much because I get stuff on my hands. But she gave me this piece before she moved to Chicago to go teach the kids. And she gave me this Billie Holiday piece that she's done. So she's done a lot of different pieces for a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. And she has a really dope picture of Obama and things like that. Common, Music Soul Child, which she's actually been able to give to them. So I'm thankful that she blessed me with her art before she left. Yeah. Free. I appreciate that, Ryan. And Parrish Monk. He's another local artist. He's located, I believe, in Fort Thomas, Kentucky right now. And he used to do a lot of vending at Art on Vine, but he has his own setup in Fort Thomas, Kentucky. But you can reach him on Facebook at Parrish Monk Arts, MONK. He's still doing his art. When I saw this, he was at Rheingeist selling his art, and it just spoke to me, the colors and everything, and it's just bright. So I'll be going to Cuba in 2 weeks, so it's just, when I think of Cuba, I think of colors and just my people, and so Cuban African experiences and stuff. So this really just looked very how can I say that? It spoke out to me, the colors, which drew me in.
Yeah.
And, you know.
How important is traveling to your creativity, even if it's just leisure?
Traveling is very important for an artist, musicians, anyone who's in that space who does that. It's so important because I live in Cincinnati. This is my home, but I have to leave here to get inspiration. The places where I've gotten good inspiration is I actually got good inspiration in Toronto. I got a good inspiration in New York all the time. If I really need to go retreat and really find some inspiration, I go to New York. I'll sit on the subway trains, I'll sit in a coffee shop, and I'll just walk the streets. It's just something that I'm stimulated all of a sudden because I see so many different types of people and different things, and I love it there because you don't stand out. Like here, I love my city, but you know, I love it here. I do get inspiration here. I do connect with good people, and I'm looking forward to connecting with more people. But I love traveling. It's really important because that's how I get my inspiration. If I don't have my inspiration, I don't create. Can't force yourself to create things. It just has to come, and just also be patient and allow that to come back to you. It's gonna leave sometimes, but you gotta be patient and allow it to come back to you. It's a creative block sometimes, just like a writer's block or something like that. You know, it's very important to me.
Yeah.
So
it's important.
It's important to evolve as an artist too, such as you evolving with the podcast and doing stuff like that. So it's okay to not be afraid to step outside of what you do to test something different. That's about growth.
I hope you enjoyed that piece. If you would like to get in contact with Sun or visit her online store, I will link up all of her information in the description below. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel, as well as the podcast itself, which is available on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Until next time, God bless and stay balanced.